clear in your mind in what you intend to achieve.
Good morning, wake up. It is Saturday here at Respect Underground Worldwide Radio, Icon, independent radio, home of quality independent music.
What you are going to do, that doesn't seem like too much to ask.
It doesn't seem like too much. We've known since the beginning, and now the plan is coming into fruition.
And you wouldn't think it would be too much for people to ask in their lives.
Tell them, Jocko.
Respect the underground.
But how often do we see people
radio.
going through their lives without knowing what they are trying to do, without having any intent, without having a clear mission?
Gotta have a mission.
Individual level. As a person.
It's a beautiful Saturday here in Phoenix, Glendale Avenue.
Without knowing what it is they want.
We got a big show. I don't know if we can hang out for Jocko the whole time today. It is the mission. We are here today. We have Skrufff, Zona, and the whole Shredit gang in the building. We will get to them in 1 second. I have a few things to talk about today. I'm sure we'll talk about it with the guests. We also have in the 12 o'clock hour, Ricardo Holiday coming on the show today. Arizona born and raised Ricardo Holiday. First, we have Skrufff, Zona, and a good majority, looks like, of the Shredit gang here with us today. They have brought merch and sticker packs. So we will be discussing all that. As you know, I love good merch and sticker packs. It's a bright Saturday, February 6th, first Saturday of Black History Month, as we salute all Black leaders, people in general that have put up with white people for far too long. I'm constantly surprised how y'all guys do it. I appreciate you doing it, as I am white and would like to continue living in a peaceful society, but it constantly surprises me how wonderfully beautiful Black people are with their tolerance and, sanity in these insane conditions we live in. No need for a bummer. We've got big guests today. We've got big guests coming in as the mission moves forward. We are very soon coming to Roku and Fire Stick. And soon after that, we will be debuting on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with all previous episodes being dropped. And as I say, we're taking all the artists with us to all these platforms as we move Arizona into a more national spotlight, along with the guy John Blaze and the Arizona DJ Pool and the Southwest Alliance call every week. I would advise all artists to tap in with John Blaze and the Southwest Alliance, as he is doing very big things over on his side. Now that the show's rolling, we will connect to the butts. No homo pause. That's a software, as we move to Icon Radio. That's where we're at now, along with the Facebook of the Mission Pod. And so we need to start sharing, as people aren't used to seeing it on the Mission Pod. They're used to seeing it on my homepage, but we have to move into the new generation. How you doing, OG? I appreciate that. As you slide in, the CEO, Justice, is in the building. The floors are clean. Everything's been sanitized, and we're staying respectfully socially distanced as we move forward in this new world order that we find ourselves living in. We are live. I've got some things to get to as far as the sharing. Here we go. Right post.
Share that shit.
Got to share it up. I'll get to that in a minute when we start talking to the guys. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, in the building today, Skrufff, Zona, and the whole Shredit gang.
Whoa.
Let me adjust these. Let me do you a favor and adjust these. We want to see you. There you go. You stay where you were.
Oh, okay.
I just want to see your face. I had to get that mic out of your face. And
okay.
Same thing for you guys. We can just extend that out and kind of flatten out that hump and that thing. Pull it towards you a little bit. There you go. There you go. We want to see everybody. And go and get close to you. So we want to make sure we hear everybody as well. Gentlemen, good morning. How are you doing?
Hey.
Bless up.
Good day.
Okay,
Good day.
okay. I know a couple of you gentlemen. I'm happy to meet the rest of you. And I'll let the homie Skrufff, Zona, a good friend of mine during COVID hit. We did a show together, actually, on Instagram, which we were all scrambling, trying to find something to present to the world. And so here we are. So Skrufff, Zona, to my left, if you could take off and say hello to the people and invite and please introduce the rest of the Shredit gang, please.
All right, I didn't bring all the shredders, but I brought some of the shredders with me. I got to the left my brother, producer, engineer, Earth Yard, and then
What's up? What's up?
right next to him, I got another producer, engineer,
Mm-hmm.
Abraham De La Rocca, the #1 chief rocker.
Yeah, what
And
up? What
then
up?
Right behind him, I got the one and only Black Peso.
Oh, okay. A lot of names.
C4P.
Okay. Black
And
Peso.
then-
Nice to meet you, sir.
Then, last but not least, I got Akrashan in the building.
Hey man, what it do? What it do?
How you doing?
And
Well,
we-
could you say his name one more time? I want to respect everybody's names.
Akrashan.
Aquashan?
Akrashan.
Akra.
Akreshon.
Akrashan.
Am I saying Akrashan? Is that right or no? Still wrong? Is that close enough? Akra?
You getting there? Akrashan.
Akrashan.
Yes.
Like Sean, like the name? Akrashan? Okay, I was saying Shine. Okay, I got it now. Akrashan.
And then,
You know, because I found it's very racist to say people's name wrong these days. So I make sure I clarify and get everybody's name right, especially when we have a strong black brother who looks a little mean right now as in Black Peso. So if he's the enforcer of the gang, that's fine. I respect the rules, and I'm trying to keep everything above water, as we should say. So tell us, Skrufff Zona, what are we doing today with the whole gang in here? We got Earth Yarb. Black Peso is a name I'm familiar with. Some of you guys I'll have to get to know today. What's going on with Shredit Gang? You are back in effect. I'm glad you brought the whole gang. What's going on with Shredit Gang?
I told you I was coming back and I was bringing some of my shredders with me, and
Yeah.
I want them to tell us what they got going on.
Okay, okay.
It's not about me today. It's about
Okay.
them, and it's about us as a unit.
Well, I definitely know. I've been playing Earth Yarb's song, She Vibin'. And by the way, it's up to your own preference. You can take the mask off in here if you would prefer to leave them on. That's totally up to you. I've been playing Earth Yarb. I've been playing your song, a new song, She's Vibin'. It's been in my 2021 playlist. I've been trying to play all new and a lot of exclusive music on my flower show on Wednesdays. It's a great song. I appreciate you making it. It's a great tune. I think about my wife when I listen to it, which is a good song, good sign, if you will. And it's tried and true in this business. Relationship songs, girls writing about guys, guys writing about girls, or whatever y'all got going out there on these days. But that relationship songs are a real big thing. They've always have been. They always will be. And you hit the nail on the head with that one. I think it's a good track.
Appreciate it.
So, other than that, what do you have going on right now as I attempt to share in this new format?
So right now, I'm actually working on dropping a song each month this year. I have a song queued up for Valentine's Day called Come Over Here. I'm just waiting for some artwork, and that'll be dropping on my website first. That's earthyardmusic.com.
Okay.
And then shortly after, it'll be on all the DSPs for consumption. Then I have a few songs coming after that each month. I got a song with Black Peso dropping soon called For the Better. And that one's going to be a slapper for us.
Okay.
Beautiful.
But I'm just working, learning about marketing the music a little bit better.
Yeah. Me too. I'm learning about marketing podcasts. That's in today's, as we all become owners, operators, managers of our, curators of our own art, if you will, that's a big part of it, right? Learning how to market yourself and your art because, if you're like me, I didn't get a college degree in it. I'm learning all this stuff on my forehead, as I like to say, one step at a time. So
I have the loans, but not the degree.
Right. Okay. I got you. I got you.
Hey, we in the same boat, brother.
A lot of people,
Same boat.
unfortunately, a lot of people in that boat, guys. It's a big boat with the college loans.
It's a yacht.
Yeah, so it's definitely a process learning about this.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Do you have any hope of a politician? One, do you have any hope of a politician wiping away your college debt? And two, are you frustrated with white people that are in the way and mad at? There's certain white people that are mad at the politicians thinking about wiping away your college debt. One, do you think a politician ever will do it? Two, what do you say to the white people who are standing in the way of you getting out underneath that big debt?
Well, one, I'll believe it when I see it.
I got it. That's a good answer. That's a common answer with black folk, isn't it? Okay, I got you.
I don't believe in all the false hope. When I see it, that's what I'm gonna believe.
Right,
in.
right, okay. When they send you a letter that says free and clear, good to go, that's when you'll.
And I'm gonna say
right?
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Exactly, as well, and that's a polite thing to do. That's a gentlemanly thing to do.
Full steam head running.
Yeah, I have my credit clean at that point.
Yeah.
And then for the other part, definitely people are gonna have their opinions and their aggressions against change, but you just gotta ignore those type of people and keep pushing. If they get rid of student debt, that's gonna help a lot of people. It may send a lot of people crazy and have them buying ridiculous shit. But for me, that's gonna help me a lot. It's gonna help my finances. As I get into my later
That's an
years.
interesting point. Why do, and we won't call racial names, why do, let's just say some people, why do some people seem to judge the way people spend their money? There's always those, when Hurricane Katrina victims got debit cards, they would judge that some people went to the strip club. When, there's always been this thing in my life that, and it's not always racial, because the far majority of people taking welfare are white people. Let's make that clear.
Yeah, I see that.
But there's always this thing about it's usually rich and poor. It's usually more of a class thing where wealthy people that have a certain amount of money, are always worried about what poor people are going to do with the money if you help them. Now, this goes all the way down to homeless people on the street.
Right.
You've heard this before. Don't give him no money. He just go drink it, So what how do we deal with that, Earth? You seem like a wise young man. How do we deal with that? I bet Black Peso's got a way to deal with it. Maybe we should or shouldn't proceed with his way.
Go ahead, bro.
Growing up where I'm from, it's different. I grew up around a lot of crackheads, in my area. So you'll hear all of the stories. I don't care what you do with it, just, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. Don't hound me for it. When it comes to people's opinions on what you do with your money, everybody has an opinion, just like everyone has an asshole. Just keep pushing, do what you do. Don't let no one's opinion change, how do I put it? Don't let anyone's opinion change you. Just be yourself, and you're going to do what you're going to do with the money regardless, even if you tell a lie. So,
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Okay, well that's a general statement that I like to use for a lot of people.
Song, move, bitch, get out the way.
Yeah, get on up out the way.
Yeah,
man.
get up on that way.
Yeah.
I think what I would say is what people don't understand. And I actually, when I was working in construction, we did a job for a college professor way back in the 90s, and he explained that all this was going to happen. That the government was subsidizing college loans, making it easy for everybody to get. And when they did that, the colleges knew that the government was good, the government money is good. So they increased the prices on everything immediately because they know, one, more people, it's like if you got a business and all of a sudden, more businesses getting ready to flock in, you jump the prices up because they're coming in. So they jumped the prices up knowing the government was going to help everybody get money, and there was going to be a huge wave of college, people getting that college money. So the government is responsible for this in a certain way, whether people want to deal with it or not, they should help people.
Ain't no certain way, they 100%.
Yeah, understand, but I'm trying to, sometimes children, you got to feed them the baby food. You can't give them the steak right off the bat, so we're giving them the baby food, trying to get them to maybe understand a different perspective. I do have some beverages over here. I really don't have much in there for everybody except for Crown Royal. Would anybody like a Crown Royal on ice with me this morning? It's a little early, but you got a couple of those?
Hey, purple.
Okay.
Purple
as we start,
purple and gold never get old.
I'll start pouring them as we begin to talk.
That's my favorite drink.
Earth Yard, could we pass the mic to your left and let's talk to this gentleman? Excuse me, I'm dyslexic, old, and smoke a lot of medicine. What was your name again, sir?
Man, Della Rocca, the one chief rocker, the God.
I like the name. That's a good title. I like people when they have a whole title. De La Rocca, the one chief rocker, the God.
Well, now, I've already said it to that. But
is that what it is?
That's
because I got it the first time.
That's what
I'm sorry.
Della Rocca, the one chief rocker, the God.
Your brother to your left. I'm sorry. It used to take me 5 times to get yours, but I got his on the first.
Peace to the gods, for real though.
Peace to the gods and earth. You on that time? Okay.
Yeah, peace to all the gods.
Peace.
Y'all know who I'm talking to.
Peace.
But yeah, man, that's who I am. And I know, like, I've definitely I've seen you. I got you. I think I follow you on Facebook, and
sure.
I see you doing your things with the flowers, and
I appreciate
you're
it.
always spinning and stuff, and that's mad dope. You're always you're holding it down for the culture and doing what's in your heart, and I respect that. But yeah, man, that's the name. There's a lot of story that goes behind that, and I'm an artist. I'm a producer. I'm an engineer. I'm just
Yeah, you're an artist, producer, and an engineer. Let's talk about, I want to get to all that. But first, let's talk about the gods and the earths. Is it difficult, is it difficult these days dealing with the Gods and the Earths, considering it's not as popular as it used to be. It's not as in the forefront.
You know what it is that a lot of it's the programming that and the agenda that's been placed upon the youth, and,
No doubt.
you know what I'm saying, and it's dumbed the consciousness down of the young ones and the millennials and the generations after us. But there's a lot of cats that are awakening to that consciousness, and it's conscious over everything, and everything's coming to light now. You know, people are smelling the BS from the meat and the mashed potatoes. You know what I mean? Like they're recognizing what's good and what's not. The fast food from the 5-course meal, like
Sure.
You know, the quality over the quantity. They're recognizing the bars on the message over the word vomit. You know what I mean? Like it's but the Gods though it's you know to even carry that kind of title, you have to kind of take yourself from a different perspective. You have to stop looking at things from a man perspective. You know, you have to see things from a God perspective, and when you do that, there's no animosity or jealousy or hate between your brethren. There's nothing like that. It's more like you're pushing you're pushing your family to like go to the next level. You're always motivating them. You're always tapping them in different opportunities. And that's what it really is, and just always holding it down for each other wherever you're at. You're always a representation and a reflection of who you are and who you hang with. So
I appreciate that. I was raised when I was in high school. Some guys in school started taking attributes, and you know, through hip hop, I learned about the Nation of Gods and Earths, and learned very young. Like in those days, if you were involved in hip hop and not involved in the Gods and Earths, you walked very gently around them. You did not play with that at all. You were very clear that was something you didn't play with.
sacred.
And even if you were involved, you know, you had to know your lessons, or you might get you know, tested, or you might get beat up actually for not knowing your lessons. So I come from the very serious days of Gods and Earths, and I appreciated the whole movement and how they could help people get from one place to another in their mind, and empower refinement and all that, just becoming a better person. And it seemed like they had a definite route to that, where other people promised that but didn't deliver. How did you get into producing?
Yeah, man. So Stellar Rose Records, man. I started the label back in 2013. Shout out to iRock. Opened up my place of business back off of 23rd Avenue in Peoria, and started recording everybody in the city. And I was actually back in 2012, I bought my first MPC 1000, my Kai 1000, and that's when I really started indulging in the producing aspect. I wanted to learn how the greats did it, you know, on a standalone machine before I even touched the MIDI controller. You know what I mean? I wanted to sample vinyl. I saw producers coming in the studio that were just dope, and I was going to college, and I played instruments my whole life, and I started producing, but I wasn't on these other guys' level, and I was just like, okay, what am I missing? So I had to study the greats. I had to study, you know, like everybody, and then I studied the art, got the drum machine, started sampling, mastered the artist sampling. You know, of course, the MIDI game is popping. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the MIDI game beat, I just dropped a 35 beat mixtape, 35 beat
beat tape project,
beat tape,
yeah,
you know, album.
Okay.
You know, instrumental tape,
yeah,
whatever. You know, it's called the Blue Vote Volume 1.
Okay.
And it's pretty dope. It's just one of the many votes that I'm unlocking now. I have many votes that I haven't unlocked, and one thing I encourage every producer, even if you're not even like, if you don't think you're that dope or whatever, like just start publishing everything you got. Like,
I agree.
even if it's not even finished, like just publish it, because you never know, it could get a placement on a commercial, just that unfinished melody or that piano composition. Like, you don't even know.
And you can publish everything you've done for one price, you know.
Yeah.
So you might as well.
Now.
Oh, it's different now. I'm old. I apologize. That used to be the rules.
I'm old too. I look young.
That used to be the way. You can't do that anymore.
What?
You used to could publish everything under one.
So like
you could one price, one whatever. You send the CD, or you write it all out. You could all
back
under
in the
one
day,
price.
you had to have, you know, you had your distributor. You know what I'm saying? And it was either like CD Baby or TuneCore. If you were on that independent level.
I'm talking about way back in the day, before all that existed. I apologize.
I apologize. I think we're on different.
Yeah, we're on a different time, no doubt. Yeah. I'm on old man time. I'm pushing 50.
I'm talking from like from an independent artist.
You're talking about once the internet started and got involved.
Yeah, when they started actually opening up the doors for young people to start publishing back.
Sure. Sure. I actually went through the trouble of publishing songs when you had to, send in your written lyrics and the CD with the music on it and fill out the paperwork. So I'm a bit dated. I'm a bit washed as well, young gentlemen. I will admit. I'm a
The
bit
game
washed.
is
Not really.
changed.
You ain't that washed.
Well, no, I'm washed in
Nah,
that.
man,
I'm washed
but-
in that aspect. I'm
Nah,
doing
that's
something
wisdom, though.
different.
That's wisdom,
I'm doing
though.
something different. Well, the thing about the game is, and if you've been in it long enough, you can vouch for this. They change the rules in the playing field every so often, and lately it's been changing faster than ever. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, okay, sir, I'm scared to try to say your name again. What's your name over there on the far right?
Akreshon. It's Akreshon.
So it's not Aqua. I keep trying to say
Nah.
Aqua. Say the first part again.
Akreshon.
Akra.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay, on some like Ak. I got you. Like on some non-knowledge shit.
Akreshon.
Akreshon.
Yes, sir.
Akreshon.
Yes,
I
sir.
got it now. It just takes some things, man. Every now and then something sticks in my head. What do you do? What do you do with this crew, Akreshon? I'm gonna say it 5 times.
I am no doubt. I'm one of the MCs. Been at it for quite some time here.
Okay. You are young looking guys. It's hard for me to tell where y'all at.
Yeah. Hey, it's all
Black
those
don't crack.
Black don't
all
crack.
The Mickeys I drink is preserving my
Mickey's.
body, man.
Did you
Why
say?
is he-
Did somebody say Mickey's? Mickey's Big Mouth, the green ones.
Oh yeah.
We used to drink. I used to drink those. They you get the little ones real cold. They go down so nice.
Hey,
man.
little
Really
ones, they
do.
only $1. So
Come on,
Hey,
now.
that's a different topic.
All right.
No,
Well,
yeah,
I used to appreciate the malt liquor quite a bit once upon a time. Go
Been
ahead.
at
I'm
this
sorry.
Oh no problem. Been
Go
at
ahead, Sean.
this
I'm gonna call you
for,
Sean for short.
Hey,
All right.
Rashawn will be the
Rashawn. Okay.
Yeah.
As a younger rapper or as a rapper in today's climate, are we making the names hard to understand so that non-fans and white people can't say it correctly? I
Hey,
feel like
man.
that's a thing. Is that a Extentacion and the other guy
got
that's
some?
I'm just saying when go
Yeah.
ahead. Is that a thing?
His name is not really hard because it's actually his name.
just my name,
It's
yeah.
No,
his
I know the
name.
Sean part is easy. I got that when we got over the Sean. That's no, I'm just kidding. Your name is not that bad. I'm just going for a weak joke.
You call
So,
him AK.
How long
Yeah.
have you been rapping, AK?
Man, it's been about, I'd say 2009. So, and I started when I was in college. Just kind of taking like always kind of been around it. Older brother, been rapping forever. Older cousin stuff. So I always kind of
Okay.
been around the Phoenix scene. I'm 3rd generation here, so I've been here my whole life.
I love the older family, uncle, brothers
Yeah.
that introduce you to hip hop.
Oh yeah, like early on. But then I never really started like spitting until college.
At what point did you tell them they were washed and you could destroy
man.
them? You could destroy them. Are you
Well,
able to
see,
destroy them at this time? Have you gotten
certainly.
there?
Most certainly.
Most
But
certainly,
I
right.
haven't even said it to them. Like,
Okay, they know.
But
It's
they- I
understood.
think that's
Understanding
what it is.
understood. Okay.
Friggin-
I got you.
honestly, I've just been at it for so long, and then I'd say about 6-7 years ago, like so right when I had
Okay.
kind of got my feet wet, I started fucking with Earth and Skrufff, Peso.
Okay. Well, you got in with a good squad early.
Man,
What if it was somebody locally, was it somebody nationally? What made you really want to take it serious?
oh man, truth be told,
Or was it just wanting to be better than your brother? Or what?
well, and that's so. It wasn't even necessarily being better than them. It was just being better than like a lot of the counterparts I would see, especially when I was up at school and just kind of the stuff that I would hear. But the thing that kind of set me off, like in my head, like, oh, I know I could do this at a certain level.
right.
Playing Cole's first mixtape. Like,
Okay.
I think we were a little around the same age, anyways, and that came out like when I thought I was the man stage when I was in school.
Invincible. I can
feel
do.
me?
You can
feel
do
me?
everything.
Like,
The ladies are feeling you.
Oh my god!
If you're in college and you got $20, you're rich.
hey, facts,
Hey,
facts.
You know.
Had a fat meal plan, all that stuff.
You don't even need the cash. If you got plenty of meal money,
hey,
you don't need the cash.
$20 in college, I was still broke.
Come on,
Right.
man.
Well, again, it was 1991 when I was in college. $20 could go a little further back then. You know what I mean?
$20 go a day.
The college I was in, if you had a car, you could be the man because a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't have cars. So if you had a car,
yeah, if you got a car in college, you big pimping.
yeah.
Man. I've been doing a lot of shows on the scene for like I say about 6-7 years.
Okay. Okay.
All the way back to I think the very first one that I did that was in a venue was Big Fish. So that's been a minute. Yeah, everybody remembers that place. And low key, yeah. I just trying to get better and better with every song I drop, every tape I put out. Got the next project that I'm working on. Well, it's actually gonna be, coming up here soon. I got Skrufff, Earth, and Peso on it. This will be the first project I have all of them on.
Nice. Everybody featured on it.
Yeah, I was like, because the last one only had Earth, and that was like a late entry. I was gonna just do the whole thing with no features, but this one I made sure to get, like, especially the ones that I respect. Like, so I gotta get my guys on the tape. I got Vic Jr. and then Prof. He's on the tape as well. But like, just trying to get better. Yep, that's literally.
That's a good goal to have. It's nothing wrong with that. I respect that. I respect that.
I feel like it'll yield something sooner or later.
Oh yeah. Yes, well, indeed. Positive energy. Putting your time in. The thing is, it's tough. It's hip hop is a big game. It's levels to it. Straight up. You can play a long time. Trust me, I know. You can play a long time and find new positions to play and keep playing and all that. So, I wish you well. I wish you well in your goals to get better. That's a good goal to have. Dad, would you like to sit down or would you like to keep standing, Mr. Peso? Whatever you like. Yeah, take a seat. Let's talk to Black Peso as we go around the room. And we have some general topics I'd like to get in with all of you guys once we finish the introductions. I like to learn. Good morning, Mr. Peso, Black Peso.
How you doing, Swerve?
I'm good. I've seen you. You could break things around here. It's okay. Yeah, no, it's all right. It was half broken. It might have been half broken when you got here. It's all right. You big fellas catch a hard time. I know you just break stuff.
We out here though. We out here.
What was your introduction to hip hop, and what do you think about the Phoenix scene? I'm curious on your thoughts.
I love it, man. It's been a long time coming, man. I feel like I've been doing hip hop for like the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Like I started with a group, when I was in high school, and we was pretty good for that time. For that time, 15 years ago, Arizona wasn't really popping like it is now.
Okay.
You take some lumps. I tried to do it big one time. I failed miserably. Is that how you say the word?
Miserably.
Close enough. We got you. This isn't a grammar class. Don't worry. Feel free. So when you say you did it big, did you put out some money? You took a stab at something? What did you enlighten me? What was that about?
Yeah,
because I put out a 12-inch. It went brick. So there's no shame. No shame here. Things happen. It's a learning process. It's a learning curve to a lot of it.
Like Aquashawn was saying, like in high school that time when that J. Cole album came out, it's like you felt invincible, And for me in high school at that moment where we were at, like I come from Gilbert, Arizona.
Okay.
And so like the movement we had in Gilbert, there's nothing out there in Gilbert. But we was getting known and getting exposure. Like we had like Poker Face, Willie North Pole, Young June, Larry June now. Like that's our people. Like we was in that circle.
All names I know well and have heard, seen moving. Sure.
And it's like when you lose that, it's a long time to keep that momentum going to make it big. You know what I'm saying? So
we've talked on the show about when Willie took his shot and got his shot at the big time, and how a lot of people have said the Arizona scene really wasn't ready to support an artist at that level at that time. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you think things have changed?
Respect the underground, man. Respect the underground.
Okay.
They've brought it to the forefront. Like I remember when Respect the Underground first started, like the line was wrapped around starters in Scottsdale, like around the block for people that's trying to perform, signing up just to perform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you got like the hip hop festival every year. It was like, I don't even know how many people's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You shut down a whole entire block in downtown Phoenix.
I was very impressed moving here. I've been working with them since the 5th annual, and through LoudPackNet, I got in with them. And from day one, when I did my research moving here, the fact that y'all had a statewide hip hop day impressed me. Excuse me if I'm tugging on that. And the hip hop festival was incredibly impressive because I come from a city while there is a good proportion of black population, hip hop in the city, hip hop in the mainstream has never really been supported there. So the idea of shutting down city blocks for a hip hop festival seems unbelievable where in the city I come from. So to see them doing that here was incredible to me. I was very, very much impressed. And, I'm happy eventually now I'm in the building and we're working together. So I'll tear up all the questions that I have for some people about their issues with respect to underground. It seems like you guys have a certain amount of respect for the team over here at Respect Underground. So I appreciate that.
Everybody's grinding, man. From
Ain't
Skrufff,
no ill vibes.
No, ain't no ill vibes. So
No ill
we can
vibes,
skip
man.
that. We can skip that today.
I've been rocking with Respect for a long time. Actually, like I've done a lot of Respect Underground shows. And
Okay.
I was actually in the 6th annual.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we were one of the
I
side stages for the 6th annual out there with Dos Muchos and them in the parking lot. What's it like? I'm not from around here, and I love hearing about how Arizona hip hop was back in the day. I also like hearing just regular stories. Mr. Peso, what was it like? And I'm not gonna say being black. I'm gonna say being you. What was it like for you growing up in Gilbert, Arizona? Because just before you start, when we moved here, we were deciding on what area to live in. And we have small children, so we knew we didn't want to live in the city. So we looked at the surrounding areas, and it was Gilbert and Chandler and Guadalupe, so in Mesa. So we've stayed in Mesa the whole time. Because I didn't think we could quite handle Guadalupe, but Scottsdale is definitely too white for me, guys, and I'm 100% white, no matter what people want to tell you. My parents are the whitest white. I just happen to be influenced by hip hop culture, but Scottsdale gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but how was it? Back to the original question. Enough of me. How was it like growing up, Black Peso in Gilbert?
It was a small town. So
right, because I imagine when you were in high school, it's changed a lot.
When I first moved to Gilbert, it was no houses. Like you go to Gilbert now, you see houses, stores, everything.
Mm-hmm.
None of that was there. Like in high school, we used to hang out in Cream Creek. Like QC was our home. That's where we partied at.
You mean when you say you partied there, that's like the boonies? You could ride out there and get away with stuff, right?
That's a 30-minute ride from Gilbert.
That's
Africa.
No freeways back then.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I don't quite live in Queen Creek, but I bet the place I live, you have either drag raced or fucked a bitch or sold some weed. I live right next to Eastmark and Cadence, right off Ellsworth. So I'm right down the street from Queen Creek. I'm at the end of the highway.
What is that, Apache Junction?
That's Apache.
Well, no, I'm right this side. Yeah, under. I'm under Apache Junction.
Shit, that's fucking Egypt still. Shit, that's Egypt.
Yeah, I'm out there where people used to do that wild shit, and I fully believe in my heart there's still wild shit going on just 5 minutes to the east of my house. I really, so I'm glad everybody used to have a fun time, and that's common for youth all around the country. I mean, where I came from, we had a place that was 30 minutes outside of the city that we went to. I didn't drag race; other guys did, but that's where youth got to go somewhere. That's what it comes down to. Youth has got to go somewhere. So, but other than that, no major issues. Gilbert, other than just a lot of growth, Gilbert was it a cool place, or was it intense? Was there problems, or was it just normal kid life? I don't know. Help me out.
Mean, real truth, because it's evident right now, like with the whole storming of the Capitol and all that nonsense. Like, my mom was low key scared for me to go to Gilbert High. Like,
I could understand that.
She did not want me to go to Highland at that time.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a lot of skinheads, a lot of this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Gilbert, like you got to get your respect the way you get your respect, man. I'm like any other school. I got in my fights, got in my arguments, but I was in Gilbert. They knew who I was. It's not like I built a reputation, but I just needed my respect. And so
how many head knockings does it take before people leave you alone? I haven't experienced that side of life.
That's a good question.
How many head knocks before people recognize that guy will knock your head?
That's a good question.
Because white people can be stubborn and stupid sometimes, so it might have been extra for them. For me, it's relatively quick. I see somebody head knocking, I give them a little bit of respect. I'm not a fighter by nature. I'm a lover. How many head knockings does it take but in school area before kids realize don't mess with Black Peso?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, it took, I'll say 2.
2.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah.
They must have been pretty thorough head knockings. It wasn't like, it wasn't like up for grabs. They were like, no, that guy won after the second time. Like, no, he won twice. That's good. We're going to leave him alone, right?
I think what it was, man, like, that's why I keep talking about, like, the movement, man. Like, we ended up clicking up. Like, we was one group, Misfits, but then we had 20, 30, because there's not a lot of us. So
Right.
like when I first started in Gilbert, it was like me and my sister was the only black people there. So by the time I got to high school, we're talking about 20 black people now. And Gilbert's a big school. It was 2,000 kids in my graduation class.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 20 that's black. So now we got other schools that we cool with. We go to parties, we meet people here. So it's cool. Like that's
So you had a collaboration of the black kids from different high schools,
but
and
they
y'all
weren't just
formed.
black.
Okay, good,
Yeah, it was
good.
white kids, it was
Right.
Mexican kids.
So you just
like,
formed a union, and y'all stuck together out in public, and everything was cool from then.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
good.
like if there was any real problems, like everybody showing up. That's the only thing back then. Like,
Pardon Black Peso for me thinking you're the blackest guy in the room, but it is in your name.
it's BLAQ.
Okay.
PE
Okay.
dollar sign.
All right. I have a friend, Black Liquid. I have
Black
a friend,
Liquid.
Black Liquid, in Richmond. He's doing pretty good on the underground scene, and
That's exactly what it is, man. It's underground. It's cold, man. I'm
right.
just trying to get low.
I got
I
you.
don't even want to be seen sometimes.
Well, I
just
got
wanna get through my day.
two questions for you, and then one definite question. Then maybe we'll move on from you. What you have a very distinctive voice. Did people tell you before you? Did you find out you had a distinctive voice before you started rapping, or did you figure that out once you started getting in the booth?
Once I start getting in the booth, like
Okay.
my aunties and my parents always be like, "Yo, where you get your accent from?" Because my dad's from Oklahoma, but my mom's from Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be like, "No, I said Arizona. No, that's Oklahoma." But when I got in the booth, like everybody's like, "Yo, I like your voice." I'm like, "My voice?
Mm-hmm.
All right." I didn't like my voice at the time, but I just work with it.
It's a
now.
common thing when people especially
Told
start
your
rapping
ass,
not
nigga.
to like your voice. You kind of have to get used to your voice and play around with it. For me, it was smoking blunts and drinking malt liquor. Got my voice right where I wanted it to be. Certain,
It helps. It
a
helps.
certain, a certain raspiness that growing up in the suburbs I didn't have. So I acquired it with malt liquor and blunts. I let the blunts go.
Shout out GCU one time. GCU.
Shout out GCU, no doubt. Do you have a go-to white friend, Black Peso?
Well, my best friend, he's half white.
Good, close enough.
So,
Close enough.
that's
Ding, ding,
family.
ding. Close enough. Okay, good, good. All right, we'll move on. Coming swinging back over to Skrufff Zona.
What up?
I kind of picked up how you guys got together. What would you describe Shredit Gang? Are you a group, a collective, a loose affiliation? We've seen a lot of this in hip hop, from Wu-Tang to the Outsiders. A lot of times people work together. They don't necessarily release material as a unit. So give me some understanding of Shredit Gang in that sense.
All right. Like I said last time, Shredding Gang is a brand.
Okay.
But me, Earth, Black, Aquashine, Slim G, Stone Age, we are Higher Power Entertainment.
Okay.
But Shredit Gang is just a collective of the different artists that's been around Higher Power Entertainment since we've been started.
Okay. Would there ever be would y'all ever form as a group to release a project, or do you just kind of do your solo things or break up and do duets from time to time, or would there ever be like a High Powered Entertainment release or project all as one thing?
We are working on a Higher Power Entertainment project, but as far as groups, me and Earth is the only group out of HPE.
Everybody else is just single.
Yes.
Okay.
And me and Earth, we do our solo shit, but when me and him come together, it's Sons of Phoenix.
Okay. That's a good name. I like that, Sons of Phoenix. I didn't know. That's new to me.
Yeah, well, that's
don't be shocked. It's a great name. It's like a flip.
That's when we before I even started doing the whole solo Skrufff Zona shit, it was me and Earth, Sons of Phoenix.
Early. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping with that. Okay.
That was me and Earth, Sons of Phoenix. That was when we first started performing at the Yucca. What was it? The Nile and Mesa. Whatever they call that shit in Mesa, it's too far.
Miles upstairs, the underground's basement.
Mesa's too far, so I guess y'all are never coming to my cookout because I live in East Mesa. Like not,
I'll be there.
If your food is seasoned, I'll be there.
But it's right off the highway. No, I'm good with 28 seasons and in Richmond we make Lowry's seasoning salt right in Richmond, Virginia. So
Hey, just because you make it there don't mean you always use it.
Well, that's true, but I'm not the only weird flower like in Richmond. Richmond, we have a lot of I'm not gonna say we're quite to the Bay's level of interracial understanding, because the Bay is wild. They let white people run around and say anything up there. But in Virginia, we, for the most part, we are all raised with each other. So we're not as dumb to each other as some people can be in some places. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, And in the South, this may be news to some people who have never traveled or lived in the South, but in the South, white people's country cooking in the South would be considered soul food most places. True. White people in the South put pork in the vegetables when we cook them. White people in the South still use Crisco and shortening and shit. You know what I mean? Like there's a cooking tradition that it may not have come from a great background. I don't know where those white ladies learned how to cook. Like black folk, I gotta guess. They
was getting trapped out by the black folks.
Well, you don't smell that delicious chicken cooking so many times before you go ask, hey, how'd you cook that chicken? It's more interacting where I come from, maybe than what people are used to in Arizona, I would say. Maybe not. Maybe I'm generalizing. I don't know. But the South is the South. It's weird there. So if you don't have to go, I would stay out. I like it better here. It's nicer here. Make that clear. The food is a little bit, except for Tex-Mex, the food leaves a little bit to be desired here. I will say that coming from somewhere else. I don't want to disrespect anybody.
That's because you gotta fuck with the right people. You gonna find the right food.
That's true. Well, I love Mr. Wonderful Wings, Wing Kang, LMG Wings.
Who the fuck is Mr. Wonderful?
You don't know Mr. Wonderful's chicken?
Nah.
He's at all the RTU events with the truck and he sells Kool-Aids in a glass container. Nah. Earth Yarb knows. Mr. Wonderful makes Mr. Wonderful makes delicious chicken.
All I know is LMG. All I know is LMG and then
people say ATL.
Mr. Wappy.
ATL.
Who was that, Mr. Wappy?
Wappy fries or something. Yeah. He's.
Oh, see, now we got Ricardo Holiday.
Okay, Ricardo Holiday had to pop in when we're talking food.
Hey, cuz
hold on, Ricardo.
Cuz almost got drop kicked.
Hold on, Ricardo.
And shit.
Yeah, watch out. All right, I'm gonna bring up this. This is a general conversation question, and we can start with Skrufff and go around the room. This is a hot topic this week. It's fresh off the press. I've already spoken on it on Facebook. Because everybody usually goes towards the hate, I try to keep it positive. I like to see artists working toward their goal of being better. Like my new friend Akra Sean said. Still wrong. I know. We'll get there.
You're getting there though.
I got the Ak and I got the Sean. I get the middle part.
Just Ak.
AK. Like me and AK, we're trying to get better. I hope for artists to get better. So I try to be light with the negative criticism and I try to focus on the positive, if nothing for else, because there's other people, William Buford and other people that are going to dive on the negative. So
I'll be waiting for Bird Flu to post some shit.
It's funny. I love him and Mike Terrell's post and Buford and all these guys.
Mike Terrell's hilarious.
Mike Terrell is hilarious.
We need cats that are just gonna be. I mean, it's like we got to need cats like that are gonna make a comical spectacle out of certain shit just because. Yo, like
it's entertainment. It's
entertainment.
It's jokes. Everybody should be able to take jokes. It's hip hop.
It's hip hop. It's comedy.
But as artists can be sensitive, as we all are sensitive about our craft. So the AZ male.
If you're a grown man, you shouldn't be getting sensitive about
it. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, if you don't know, I worked with a lot of rappers, and a lot of rappers can be sensitive. Just so you know, maybe they don't want to admit it, but a lot of guys and girls can.
What are they doing with their time, man? If they're really making moves, they wouldn't be sensitive because they're making moves.
Shit, like, if you got some shit that don't slap, you
ain't 100% true. Some of them rich artists are sensitive as hell too.
Well, yeah, a lot of your most famous, biggest artists are just as sensitive.
It's your art, you know.
Yeah, nobody likes to get shit on. We're human beings, right? Nobody likes to get shit on.
You always gotta take some type of
you gotta love the hate. You gotta love the hate like you love the love because it's gonna give you the same type of face.
That's a wise take. Unfortunately, we live in unwise times, guys. Right.
Just embrace it.
Yeah, I get it. We could go around the room. The AZ male cipher just dropped. Now, just to set the stage, the female AZ cipher caught a lot of negative attention. A lot of people had jokes. A lot of people had straight up like. Not just jokes, and I love jokes. I laugh at jokes. Somebody's got to be the brunt of the jokes. Jokes are jokes. Some of the criticism was straight up, what are you doing with your life type criticism, which can get pretty hard, and a lot of these men were hard on women. So I was very anxious to see if these same men we're going to be hard on the men because some men bring energy to women that they don't necessarily keep that same energy with other men. So I'm just sitting back, a spectator, a commentator, if you will, news media, just watching it all unfold to see how I can break it down. Now, so I gave my positive take. My positive take was a couple of the guys at the beginning lost me. From Arizona Bobby on, I thought it picked up and they caught my attention. And
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
Now, we gonna talk about a cipher. It's not my type of cipher to listen to, but I listened to it because Bobby was on it.
Okay.
I rap with Bobby. I've heard Bobby rap.
Right.
Bobby should have did way better.
Bobby could have done better.
He's not the way he was rapping on the beat. That's not his style of rapping. He's not a fast rapper like that.
Okay.
Because he was choppy.
Okay. For whatever reason, you think he was influenced to do something different than what he normally does.
Yes.
Okay.
But he could have took his time and he could have came with his Arizona Bobby flow on that beat.
Right.
But that wasn't the Arizona Bobby.
Is there a bit? It seems like it might be a bit of a time crunch when they're doing these things. They kind of announce them, and then a couple of days later, they come out with full video and everything. So maybe he rushed a bit. Maybe he was coached. I don't know the process. Is Cheddar the truth?
Hey,
coaching people a certain way.
I didn't know.
You just don't like the outcome. You thought Bobby could do better.
Exactly.
Did anybody stand out on it to you? No. See, when I listened to it the first time, I didn't even absorb the drama of a non-Arizona person dissing Arizona people. I don't feel like that. I come from somewhere else, and I'm humble for one. I pay a lot of respect to the people that have and are making moves out here because I'm new to the area. So I don't really like that aspect of shitting on Arizona. I grew up with New Yorkers moving to Virginia and shitting on Virginia. And on some level, you get the feeling of, well, move your funky ass back to New York then. If you don't like it.
I don't feel like it was a diss cipher. I just feel like it was a cipher with no concept to it. There was no concept
other than guys on the beat.
Just spitting.
Yeah. Well, that's usually what a cipher is, to be fair, though.
True, but most of the ciphers I heard, it was some type of
It's a cipher specific skill that not everybody has. I think maybe that's part of the issue.
The ciphers I listen to it's more gravitating, it's more fulfilling.
It wasn't pushing,
like I can understand
come harder. Yeah.
I can understand.
Speak up, feel free. We'll go around the room. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? What motherfuckers is talking about.
Right. What do you? Let's move to. We get your feeling. You pretty much didn't like the whole thing, and even thought your friend Bobby could have done better. Earth, what do you think about it, Earth?
I've only listened to it one time. That was this morning.
Okay.
It wasn't my favorite cipher, but I really don't have an opinion on it, to be honest.
Okay, it's safe. That's a good, safe opinion.
It's safe and it's honest.
Well, you listened to it once. That's fair. I listened to it once and brought out a lot of judgment. And like I said, I missed the aspect of the out of towner dissing Arizona. So.
And when it comes to that, I always say if you don't like Arizona, you can leave. Just like you said, if you could be where you were from, you would be there. For whatever reason you came to Arizona.
Right.
Could it be your finances? You can't afford to live where you're from, or maybe you had some troubles out there you're trying to get away from.
Sure.
For Arizona, they think it's sweet out here, but. You can go to the wrong.
It's definitely not sweet.
Right. You go to the wrong part of town and all that.
It's definitely
wolfing,
not sweet. Definitely not sweet.
All that wolfing will get you into some trouble.
Right. I agree.
So definitely, I never sweat that kind of stuff. Therefore, it just goes into. That's what I said. I don't sweat that stuff.
It's just a man out here, know what I'm saying, doing what he do, know what I'm saying, doesn't make shit bubble.
Yeah.
Where do we? That's an interesting question that you just brought up in my head. Where do we draw the line between healthy criticism of art that we don't feel, as opposed to, I see the fallback. And I'm sensitive to this, but there's always, Cheddar is a black man trying to create a movement, working hard, bringing black people together to do something. There's positivity in that. So where do we draw the line between? And I'm vulnerable to this because as an assumed culture vulture and all that, that people could treat me very critically if I'm critical. So where do we draw the line between?
I think it's when it get personal, like
when motherfuckers getting their feelings.
Yeah, for the most part, it's just music, But once you get personal and maybe you touch a topic that may be too touchy,
I think it's like I said earlier, maybe like if you know, to say, hey, you didn't do your best on this one, as opposed to saying, why are you, what the fuck are you doing rapping? Right. What are you doing with your life? It's just heavier. It's different, you know.
It's personal.
Yeah, it's personal. It's
like
personal.
Now you're just singling me out at that point.
Let's move around to the guy body and see what he says about analyzes with true equality with all this.
Yeah. So no other man can ever no other man can ever really just tap into another man's brain and just really understand the genius of the philosophy.
Beautiful.
Or the reason or the whys behind what he's doing. But of course, this criticism is gonna come, but we, as a creator, you know, you want to have that kind of criticism. You know, you want to kind of, whether people are talking good or bad about you, I think it's a good thing. As for me, my personal opinion about the cipher, though, back to that, I just think that I felt like I watched the first time and it was entertainment to me. It was, and that's what it was. And I didn't feel no ill will towards like anybody. I didn't even feel like nobody was really dissing anybody from AZ. I heard a lot of Midwest cats coming out. And it just seemed like they was just like talking, you know, doing the Midwest thing, and that's cool. Do your Midwest thing, but when it comes down to the AZ brand and what, you know, what we're doing out here in the culture and what we are manifesting and how we're elevating the city, you know, it's a lot different. You know, I don't feel like I said, like I don't feel any type of way about it. You know what I mean? I mean, I kind of. Back to my man Skrufff, you know, we touched on our boy Bobby because, you know, I love that how he's holding them accountable, and we do hold our brothers accountable here. And, you know, I believe in Bobby, and I think he could have came a lot harder on that.
Okay.
I've tapped him in on my last project, King's Remedy. He came out on my last, and actually a couple of songs I've tapped him in on, and he's always delivered. And I just felt like they kind of rushed him and put him in a situation that he really could have done a lot better. But you know what? I talked to Cheddar too. On the low, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that, like, yo, like, I'm not going to knock the next man, like, who's trying to do their thing. At the end of the day, like, we can't say, like, somebody, just because somebody's starting off at a certain wave doesn't mean, like, we can't compare to our wave. Like, everybody wants to compare each other to each ways, but that's where you got to get off and stop looking at each other like a man. Like, you got to elevate him to God consciousness and just look at from a director's perspective. This is the movie that he's trying to direct. What's the movie that you're trying to direct, and what are you doing now with your movie? Exactly. You know, it's like, are you directing your scene, spending time on that? I mean, what are you dwelling on? And you know what I mean? Is that making you money? If it is, cool. If it's not, move past it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the God body really has to say about it.
Okay, I love your perspective. I appreciate that. There's a lot of wise words and gems you dropped right there, and it is very much about analyzing each other's careers the way you broke it down, not in competitive mode, but as we all build together. Black Peso, your thoughts on the cipher? Then I have one more question for you, and we'll get back to AK.
Man, personally, I wake up every morning and go to work, so I don't hate on other men who go to work every day and do their job, as long as it doesn't affect what I do personally. So what I see right now in Arizona, it's stressful right now. It's intense in this rap game, man. Like, Arizona's on the verge of blowing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're the next Miami, we're the next Houston, we're the next Atlanta. Arizona is on that verge, man. And the thing about it, you got outsiders, no disrespect, you got outsiders who want to come to Arizona and dictate. Boy, this is the wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? If you actually talk to people in Arizona, just around, how many people are from Arizona do you meet? Do you know?
It's hard.
Yeah, no, definitely the minority. Definitely
every time somebody meet me, like, oh, you from Arizona? Yeah, I'm born and raised.
I'm from the
West Side.
Arizona. You know what I'm saying?
Out here. It just don't seem like it.
Well, y'all are very original. Y'all are a very original crew in that case, because the far majority of people I do meet are from other places. Black Peso, I'm gonna point this at you, hopefully correctly. Why do we mentioned earlier? Sometimes people from out of states, people that move here, people that think they come from, the worst places in the world, they move here and think Arizona is a bit soft. I've never done that, but why do you think, in your opinion, is it just ignorance? Is it just being dumb? Like, what is it about?
I got this.
Okay,
answer that.
I'm gonna paint a picture.
Paint it.
I just learned this.
I'm gonna be quiet and let you go, Peso.
I just learned this, man. Shout out Oscar Insurance one time. That's the gang. That's where I work. I work for Oscar Insurance. That's
big shout out, Oscar Insurance. We'll give them a plug later.
Hey, we out in Arizona now, so Medicare, sign up and shit. But anyway, Oscar's a brand new insurance company. You know.
Will they pay for my weed if I'm a medical patient?
They're brand new. You gotta check out your benefits. Read it.
Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it. Go ahead, Peso.
But Oscars is a New York company, and they opened up a call center out here in Arizona, man. So when I first got this job out like 3 years ago at Oscar, man, like I noticed the pace immediately. You got all these people who just moved to Arizona from New York, like Bagel Thursday, 20, 30 people just walking past your desk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, New Yorkers are fast, no doubt. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but they hustle. That's how they hustle. That's how they talk. They're aggressive. They low key. Oscars say they feel like they're entitled to people because when you got to talk to a New Yorker on the phone, and you're like, dude, I can't do nothing else for you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they be yelling at you like, hey, get this done. But they're mad because they're sick. They're hurt. You know what I'm saying? But that's, if you were in that position, that's how you will feel when your bills ain't right and you got to be in the hospital for weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's different pace. So when you come out here and you used to where you're from, and you get out here and you're driving the way people drive in the rain in New York, you driving the way on our freeways, and you from Cali, and it's a little bit less traffic, but you still driving like you in Cali. No, you can't drive like you in Cali in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So
I drive like I'm from New York and Arizona.
You can't do that.
Do that. That's why you fucking up the flow. Stay in your lane. Like, you know, stay in your lane.
It's hard to do it because y'all. Driving around, you guys have an interesting situation here. You have a bunch of old people who drive slow.
Snowbirds, they don't live here.
You got old
snowbirds.
You got old people that live here too, but you got a lot of snowbirds.
You talking about the year round?
But then Arizona's known for being a retirement community state, so you got old people here. You got the snowbirds. I agree. They Canadian old people. Canadian old people are worse than regular old people.
I'm a fast NASCAR driver.
Then you got you got all the car
I'm the getaway
guys.
driver.
Yeah.
That's my job.
You got all the car guys and ex-military guys with Corvettes.
Yep.
So you got this one group of people going fast. You know, everywhere they go, skirt. All night they keep me up over there on the highway, just all night. And then the old people are driving slow. So you got to navigate
find the medium
in between these two groups of people.
I feel you on that.
Slow lane, fast lane.
This is what I'm learning driving around. Since I've been here 3 years, I'm learning slow but surely. I'm learning.
Well, when you have to re-up 2 times in a night from the east to the west, fam, you gotta just really you gotta know how to maneuver. Son.
Get in the left lane, go. It's open.
Take your dog with you so you can take your pit bull with you so you can hop in that carpool. You know, put it in the fastest.
Now I'm getting ready to buy a dummy. I'm getting ready. I got hard tint on the windows. I'm getting ready to set a dummy up in it.
In and out.
You don't even need to do nothing. You white. They not finna fuck with you like they gonna fuck
man,
with
you
us.
don't gotta do shit, bro. You just gotta take your shades off. And maybe the hat.
Take
the hat off.
Yeah, I'm old school. I take the hat off when I'm driving. I want to look military. I want to look military white and get by. No, but to be honest,
all you need is a buzz cut.
Well, I got that.
High and tight.
I got that.
Well, you good then.
I drive. It's just not fucked up. You know, the cops' haircuts be a little fucked up. Mine looks good.
You need that. What's his name? Fargo from Super Troopers.
Hey, I don't want to say it's any truth.
I love Super Troopers.
Listen, guys, I don't want to say it's any truth to what you're saying, but I drive 100 regularly, and I've yet to get a ticket since I've been.
But look where you live at, though. You don't live in the city.
I don't.
You don't live in the city.
No, but they watch us closer out there than they do in the city. You can speed a little more because there's nowhere for them to get off on the road.
They ain't looking for you in Phoenix. They ain't looking for speeders in Phoenix.
Oh, they are? Okay.
They not looking for speeders in Phoenix.
Speed traps down baseline.
Shit, nigga. You know where I live at?
Hey, they got me.
I live on Thomas Road, nigga. The police be all
Zona
through the neighborhood.
They did get me on the camera though, but I just learned to avoid the lady for 90 days and I don't get the ticket. Y'all know that? Y'all know that?
Yeah, I heard about it.
It works. I'm gonna tell you, it works. I didn't believe that shit. That shit knocked me out when I first moved here. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, if you just don't see anybody for 90 days, the ticket goes away." I thought they were bullshit.
I don't know nothing about that.
I went and Googled it, and word bond, it's the law. If you get a camera ticket, they send somebody. If you don't say you're gonna pay it with the letter in 2 weeks, they send somebody to your house. If you can just not see that person for 90 days, and I mean, So, I mean, you know, like nobody opened the door to her. If your daughter opens the door and says, "Yeah, she's right here," that's you're done.
You done got snitched on.
Right. But I paid one ticket and I learned the rules from the gentleman that came to the door. And once I learned the rules, I've got 3 tickets that I've not paid, $300 tickets. I went and bought marijuana with each one of those ticket monies that I did not pay the state. And to me, at this point, it's like a video game. It's like gambling, but not. It's like
GTA.
I tell you, one day the bitch came to the door. Yeah, it's like
GTA Fix City.
Yeah, it's like Phoenix City video game where you win $300 at the end if you do it right. Yeah. And one day I fucked up. I knew I had a ticket out there, and I knew. See, I don't know many people here, so nobody comes to my door. So I really don't have to open the door for anybody. And I tell the whole family when it's ticket time. Nobody's opening the goddamn door. Grandma, no.
Hey,
you can't open the door.
You got worried about me knocking on your door because you live too damn far.
Right. I know you're not coming. Most of my Phoenix friends don't want to drive.
Shit. Like I said, that's Africa.
One day, Skrufff, I forgot and opened the door, and the bitch looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And before she could say anything, I bang that door on her ass.
Hey, I'd have played off like I'm like, whoever you looking for, he not here.
Right. And look, yeah. Well, that's the old school. If you leave the door shut,
on my door, player.
You leave the door shut, and you put on a real racist accent, you know, and say he's not here. You know, that's what you do.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah. Oh well, that's what white folks do. That's what white folks do. You know, don't hold it against me. Don't cancel me. But it's something like, you know, he don't hear. You know, you get something like that. You know.
I'm gonna start doing swear. I like that. How Vince Staples did Kenny Beats in that dot session.
So what is the immediate future for? What's the next projects? What's the next single? I want to tell you why you're here, Skrufff. I'm banging your new single, My Slogan. Man, that song.
Whoa, Shredit!
I love that song.
Tell her about these swear.
That might be my favorite of yours yet. It may just be because it's the newest one. I don't know.
Mixed and mastered by Zona Man 3900.
Yeah. Please check out My Slogan.
It's hard.
A Skrufff Zona.
No, I actually got
it's mellow and hard. It's perfect West Coast music.
I got 4 projects that I'm actually getting ready to drop. I have Solo Shredding, produced and engineered by Earthyard. Okay. And then I have another project produced and engineered by Earthyard that we still haven't decided a name on. And then I have the Cozy tape, which is my LA style tape, which is what My Slogan is featured on. Mm-hmm. And then I have a bass style tape that's being produced by Derez.
A bass style tape?
Yes.
Now, what do you, for the people out there dumber than me, what does that mean when you say that? Because to me, when you say a bass style tape, I think 2 Live Crew, I think Magic Mike.
Nah, we
what you mean? What you mean?
We going Mac Dre, we going.
Oh, you said Bay. Bay. I thought you said bass. I thought you said bass. Bay. A bass style tape is incredible. I love that. Everybody loves the sound of the Bay.
But right? I'm doing that tape. That style tape because I used to turf and shit back in high school and all that shit. I still dance, but I just don't do it publicly.
Understood. Me as well. I am an award-winning choreographer in college. I designed a dance routine for our college group, and we won the prize. So I consider myself an award-winning choreographer. Nice. But dancing this is early 90s, you know, New Edition, routines, you know, we had all that kind of R&B smooth shit going on.
But yeah, My Slogan, that came about when I seen the homie Savi. He from Dago. He had the producer in his Instagram live story, not his live story, but his Instagram story. And then I'm like, shit, this motherfucker slap. Then I went to his YouTube. I'm like, he got some slappers on this motherfucker.
Okay.
So I'm like, shit. I reached out to him on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna grab one of your beats and I'm gonna shoot you a sample of what I'm gonna do to it. And then that's how I made My Slogan. I was just sitting in the dojo one day. I'm like, shit. Boom. Whoa, Shredit. Okay, I'm gonna do some shit like Too Short on the hood.
Mm-hmm. It's working.
And then
it's working.
And then
makes me want to scream, bitch.
And then then I got the chop on the beat on the hook. I'm like, yeah, this gonna be some shit. Then I sent it to him.
But I don't want to be canceled, so I just say B. I take the I just the BIH. I just do the B because I don't want to be canceled. But the feel good, the feeling is there.
If you see when you say that BIH, it's like you putting it's like a little country thing when you say that big.
Yeah.
It's a little country thing. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and say that bitch on that bitch. Put that on that bitch.
Man, between the feeling of the music and the bitch and the hook and the meaning of My Slogan and just I think it's just a feel good song that you could really get behind.
I have a lot of slogans, but is just That's particular slogan.
Yeah.
Well shredded.
Yeah, well, I'll be playing that one for a minute because that's one of my
Tell
favorites.
that Bop you to swerve one time.
Well, but I got another song dropping too on the 19th.
Okay.
My birthday coming up, so I'm trying to drop a lot of shit. I'm trying to do a lot of shit right now.
Okay.
My birthday Tuesday, I got Drifting. That's produced by Cozy Got Beats, the same producer who produced my slogan.
Okay.
I did the whole.
Good to know. You working with him now?
Yeah, the whole.
Y'all
the
seem
whole,
like
the
a good
whole tape.
team. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The whole tape produced by him.
Right.
And then it got Taste produced by Earthly. And then I'm trying to do tapes by specific producers straight through. You know what I'm saying? So I got a piece here, piece there to find the right vibes. No,
right.
We gonna get the same. We gonna find the right vibes from the right producer.
I'm old school, so I love that. I love the one producer, one artist project. Even if it's just a small project, EP, 4 or 5 songs, I still like that nugget of this is them. You know,
easier to create a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Drifting, that drops February 19th. It's a shaky booty vibe.
Okay.
It's for all the little shaky booties out there. That's what that's for.
Okay. The shaky booties. Okay.
Yeah, good cheeks.
Okay.
For the lady shredders.
My wife shakes when she gets up out of a chair.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
She's beautiful. That's just a joke. I hope she knows that. You know, that's just a joke. My wife is beautiful, especially for her age. She's beautiful for girls much younger than her. Because some of these bitches let themselves go, gentlemen. Can we agree to that?
Yes.
Way early. I can talk for an hour about that. Let's not get into that.
We do too.
How long we working this She Vibin' song, and when do you have something new coming, Earth?
I actually dropped January 1st. I dropped
oh fuck,
a new song. It's called Finding My Way, produced by Arza.
Okay.
And then February 14th, I'm dropping Come Over Here, produced by Arza. Also have a tape, not a tape, but a song with Black Peso dropping soon.
It's
so
beautiful.
Definitely, tap in because there's work coming this year.
Okay, good to know. And just so I want to speak on it, Earth Yarb brought me a wonderful hat that I can wear on the flower show to show my support. Slowly but steadily, I am getting a AZ merch wardrobe, and I love to wear it. I love when artists bring in quality merch with the sticker pack. And I also want to mention while we're talking about this, Shredit Gang Skrufff Zona bought me in the ill sticker pack. I was wearing his shirt yesterday. That's the only reason why I didn't wear it in today for you. I am wearing the Going Overdose Entertainment sweatshirt. So I stay dripped in this AZ, wearing it on my back as we move forward. AK, Sean, talk to me. What have you got? I need some music. I need some music from me.
Hey.
Any man that can rock an afro that exquisitely well cut and combine it with the power pick.
Man, check him out, please.
Bro, gotta do it all.
Y'all see on the internet, can y'all see the power pick? He's got the Black Fist power pick straight out the 70s, the years I was born in, when the 60s and 70s, they created that look.
This brother's
and
real.
you're representing it very well,
High
sir.
power.
Yeah, man. So I say about the last year or so, I've been just promoting a project I put out called Cool, Creating Our Own Lane.
Okay, nice.
So all major platforms, things like that. Okay. I personally think it was one of my most exclusive, best work so far. With the next project that I got going on, it's called Things I Lived Through, Tilt. Like I said, it's gonna have my man Peso, man Skrufff, Earthly, a few others featured on it. And personally, I think that it's just showing a extra layer of growth, extra layer of kind of development there.
Okay.
That's no official set time, but I'm personally thinking within the next month or so, just to kind of make sure to get it flowing, because I would like to be able to release. And right after that, got a project called Light Year, so I want to release those within about a quarter of each other.
So you got a lot of stuff lined up.
Yeah,
right.
Because
okay.
The last year I had the one project and I was really pushing it and doing different shows, things like that. But I want to be able to get more content. My boy Skrufff be on my head about it all the time, making sure continue it out. And then on the 10th, this Wednesday, I'll be down at the 10 p.m. Prof. Doing a little gig there.
Oh, let's talk about that. You've been performing live at the 10 p.m. Improv?
So this is my first time performing there, but here recently I've been performing live with DJ Pest.
Okay. Pest is a friend of the show.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out Pest and Justin, everybody
indeed.
over there at Hustler Music. I can't remember the names. God
Bobby
damn it, he's got a
Johnson
team.
As well.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Pest's whole team over there. Yeah. U Choice Radio, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah, they've been doing Great work. Great
Well,
work.
good. I know he does the hip hop comedy things. Is that going to be his event as well
that
at the
is
Tempe
indeed.
Improv?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes, it
good,
is.
good. Well, there's an opportunity to win some real cash at his events.
I finally won one time. So,
You won one. All right,
yeah,
incredible.
very recently.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, that's good
Whoa,
to hear.
whoa, whoa,
A lot of music on the way.
Shredit!
Before next Wednesday, I'll get to any of your projects on YouTube, any of the music on YouTube.
Absolutely.
That's where if it's hard, it's easy for me to just go grab it off YouTube and play it as opposed to some of the streaming platforms.
Yeah,
so
no, absolutely.
I'll go get some of your music this week and be playing it on the show next week for sure.
Greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
Got a lot of features with, like I said, just a bunch of people, man. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I like Skrufff and Earth's music, and I'll get familiar with the rest of y'all's music along with it.
Greatly
You know, if you come on the show, I always support and play your music. You know, Skrufff knows that. Everybody knows if you rock with me a little, I'm gonna rock with you a lot. That's just how I do. You know, I'm trying to represent for the artists like you. AK.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Okay. And before we get back to the God, Mr. Peso, what have you got lined up?
Oh man, I'm working. Shit. I took probably a year off from actually rapping to get my business and company set up.
Okay.
So make sure you go check out cashfobounty.com. 4 is a number 4, so cashfobounty.
Okay.
You know, I got that going. I got the merch on there. I got everything you need to see is on the website.
Nice to have a website. Nice to have merch. It's a big deal.
I am
Congratulations.
Zona3900.com.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just focused on rapping. I actually got to apologize to the fellas because I was going through my hard drive the other day, and I got at least 3-4 beats from each and every one of them that I haven't recorded yet.
Okay. So you getting ready to work. You in work mode.
Yeah. I put out Black Market 2. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's on everywhere you go. Earth is trying to talk me to Alpaca 2. But yeah, I'm just working right now. I'm just doing verses. I'm finishing up. I'm just in the studio every day at this point.
Okay. Sounds good. Back to the God. Do you let these gentlemen eat pork? Are they allowed to have a barbecue sandwich around you?
You know, man, honestly, I leave that up to them and the Most High. I don't.
Hey, he can't tell me what not to eat.
See?
Shit.
Really?
And that's exactly why.
AK tells
Hey.
I
a
don't eat
different
pork
story.
though.
Of
I gave it
course
up
you don't. Of
years
course you
ago.
don't. Many years ago. Is it harder? There's, I come from the South. There's a lot of pork running around.
I'm
going
Latino, so there's a lot of pork.
Right,
in
that's what I was
everything.
gonna say. I was gonna say being Latino and being especially out here in the Southwest.
crazy.
There's a fuck you I eat pork movement going on. Is that hard when you're trying to be God body? Not for you personally, but
Not
just
really.
being surrounded by that. You know,
My
because
mom, I tell her all the time,
Mom still
Ma. She just, this is just what I do. So it's
right.
at the end of the day, it's like,
I've got it down to bacon. If I could just get bacon out the way, I'd be okay.
It's like fasting. You know, you just give something up for
Yeah.
that spiritual blessing,
I got
and that's really what it is for me. And I just think that I don't judge nobody who eats pork or anything like that. I just think I'm always just encouraging people to just live a healthier lifestyle.
I got to be honest, God body Latino living in Arizona. I'm very curious about your music. Do you have music I can go attach myself to, or YouTube or somewhere where
all over, all
everywhere?
I did a feature for him on one of his projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just dropped a single called Mass Appeal, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful vibe. It's off
we got more shit. We got more shit online.
Yeah, a lot
good to hear. Good to know.
A lot of stuff in line. So I just recently I'm dropping an EP called King's Remedy. I'm already releasing singles right now as we speak, and one of them is Mass Appeal that I did with Skrufff Zona, and everything's recorded, engineered, produced by me. Every project that I put out myself is always going to be produced by me. Also, last year I dropped the One Cheap Rocker, Love in the Veil. Towards the end of the year, I dropped Super Dutch. Super Dutch landed a single on Fat Joe's mixtape, which was really, really dope.
Joey!
And shout out to Fat Joe. But just I'm all about building genuine relationships, everywhere. And recently, I dropped right after that, I dropped Royal Diamonds, which was kind of like a taste of the new type of beats that I'm doing, with the sampling and kind of just saucing it out the way I sauce it.
Okay.
And then King's Remedy, that's what we're on right now. I dropped a track with him, AZ Bobby, he's on that shit, on that right there, on that joint. It's called Lucid Dreams with him, and I got my boy Lucid Dreams on that as well. And then I just dropped a video called King's Remedy, and I'm pretty much addressing the industry and talking about just certain situations that I've gone through in my aspect in the game. When it comes to publishing, beats getting leaked, when something's getting Grammy nominated, things just really getting escalated at a really, really high level. And that's what the track King's Remedy is about. But as far as what's to come, man, oh my God, you already see the talent here. Was what we're working with here. We got AK, we got Peso, Skrufff, Earth Yard. I mean, it's a heavy squad.
Yeah, a lot of
Skrufff-
voices, a lot of different looks. I
That's
appreciate
gonna
it.
We still missing some people too.
A lot of the camp isn't even here, but there's just a lot of dope music to come. I'm always keeping Skrufff charged up with new beats, and I'm gonna definitely put some concept together for some new projects to really get everybody more involved. And you can definitely expect to see this year a lot of manifestation. You're gonna see how we're elevating the city. It's gonna be a lot different than what a lot of people are doing right now, and I'm definitely, if I'm, when you can expect everything to be polished too, if I'm coming through behind it.
Big things to expect. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all for coming in. We got to move on. Get Ricardo in here. Any last words? Anybody want to shoot any last words?
Yeah. February 25th.
All right.
We at Club Paris.
Okay. I've seen the promotion for that.
Yeah. We at Club Paris. And
is that a high class event? High class in them or somebody else? I don't know. I might have it.
This is the business high class event.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
My birthday is Tuesday. I'll be 31, so I'm gonna end the month off right at Club Paris on the 25th. It's a Thursday.
There you go.
Get there, you know what I'm saying? Come tap in. I will have a table, but it will be pay to play.
You pay to play.
It will be pay to play because if you ain't squad, you know what I'm saying? You already know how it go. I'm kicking motherfuckers out, but come fuck with the vibes. It's gonna be some
Club Paris, February 25th.
February 25th.
Club Paris, February 25th. The whole Shredit gang will be in effect.
We gonna see what happens. We gonna see what happens. I can't even give up all the secrets.
Yeah, but it's gonna be special things going on. Party with Skrufff Zona's birthday, February 25th at Paris in Scottsdale.
Yeah, we ended out the birthday month right because February 9th I'm 31. I'm not doing shit until the 25th.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you guys for coming in. We'll catch you next time.
Definitely.
You're welcome.
Hey,
the rest of you guys can check in with me. Come back anytime. He's got my email.
Whoa.
Please send the music and we'll get it on. Shredit gang, Skrufff Zona, Earth Yard,
man.
The God, AK, and Black Peso. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Appreciate it.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen.